The United States will make sure everyone involved in the killing of a journalist at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul last month takes responsibility for the crime, a White House official revealed Sunday. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo spoke to Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman regarding the slaying, which emerged 2 weeks after Jamal Khashoggi, a part-time U.S. resident, first went missing October 2. With the Middle Eastern royal being accused of planning the attack on the Washington Post columnist, the U.S.-Saudi alliance came under immense strain as people called for America to get to the bottom of this story. dailymail.co.uk once 2018 11/11/22 6,061,310 6,378,265 Image a 91,541,976,056,999. JPG height = 422, width = 634, alt = class = book border img share copy link to paste in your message. Pompeo told Salman that he expects the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to take the necessary reaction to deliver justice to Khashoggi and his family. Secretary of State Michael R. Pompeo spoke today with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Spokeswoman Heather Nauert said in a statement. The secretary emphasized that the United States will hold all of those involved in the killing of Jamal Khashoggi accountable, and that Saudi Arabia must do the same. Pompeo's phone call came one day after President Donald Trump and Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan spoke about how to respond to the killing at a dinner with heads of state. As leaders gathered in Paris to mark the World War I armistice centenary, Erdogan said Saturday that audio recordings of the killing had been given to the US, French, German and British governments. He claimed the operation had been ordered at the highest levels of the Saudi government. Turkey says they shared tapes linked to death of Khashoggi with US loaded 0% progress 0% 0 o'clock PREVIOUSPLAYSKIPLIVEMUT 0 o'clock current time 0 o'clock duration time 0 o'clock full screen e-text video quality foreground white black or green blue yellow magenta cyan opaque semi-opaque background white black or green blue yellow magenta cyan opaque semi-transparent transparent window white black or green blue yellow magenta cyan opaque semi-transparent transparent font size 50% 75% 100% 125% 150% 175% 200% 300% 400% text edge style non-erased depreciation ifern drop shadow font familiar default monospace serif proportional serif monospace sans serif proportional sans serif casual script small caps defaults donna minimis expand close. Last Wednesday, U.S. President Trump said he expects to form a stronger opinion by this coming week on Khashoggi's killing and Washington's response. He said he was working with Congress, Turkey and KSA to establish who bore responsibility. Pompeo and Trump spoke about the importance of keeping close ties with KSA due to the strong commercial, strategic and national security relationships between the countries when the story first emerged. However, the U.S. has gotten stricter as more details were revealed about the way Khashoggi was killed. The top U.S. diplomat previously said Khashoggi's killing violates the norms of international law, and that the U.S. was reviewing possible sanctions on an individual basis for those found to be involved. Share this article. Share Khashoggi was a critic of Salman and was killed after a team sent from Riyadh arrived at the consulate hours before him. Saudi authorities have acknowledged that the killing was premeditated, but his body has not been found. Khashoggi was also critical of the country's intervention in Yemen, a conflict which also came up during the call, Nauert added. dailymail.co.uk Once 2018 11/11/21 Wire 6,059,156 1,541,972,339 607 634 x 422.jpg height equals 422 width equals 634 alt equals class equals book border img share copy link to paste in your message. The prince has overseen Saudi Arabia's Yemen war effort, a highly controversial intervention to bolster President Abdrabbuh Mansur Hadi's government in the face of an insurgency by Houthi rebels. Nearly 10,000 people have since been killed, and the country now stands at the brink of famine. On Yemen, the secretary reiterated the United States calls for a cessation of hostilities and for all parties to come to the table to negotiate a peaceful solution to the conflict under the UN Special Envoy, Nauert said. Pompeo has previously called for an end to hostilities in the rebel-infested Arab state, emphasizing the need for the Saudi-led coalition to halt strikes in populated areas. JPG height equals 400 width equals 634 alt equals class equals book border img share copy link to paste in your message. Only a month earlier, Pompeo gave a powerful show of support to the coalition by certifying to Congress that Saudi Arabia and its allies were taking measures to prevent civilian casualties. Certification was a required step in continuing U.S. aid, which includes providing intelligence used in targeting and mid-air refueling for coalition planes. Secretary Michael R. Pompeo met today with French Foreign Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian, while accompanying President Trump on his trip to Paris to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I, Nauert said in a separate statement on Saturday. They discussed U.S.-French cooperation on resolving global security challenges, including how to strengthen NATO. They also reviewed ways the United States and France can work together to counter Iran's malign behavior, denuclearize the DPRK, and push for a political solution to the crisis in Syria.